Hey friends, Kevin Gehring here, your Stockton, Sacramento area realtor and lender, here with this week's weekly real estate report. Well, the big news this week is that 4.9 million homeowners and renters have failed to make their payment. But the actual news behind that is down from 5 million last month. So things are looking better. But here's what's happening. A federal judge has decided or declared that the eviction moratorium on renters who aren't making their payments is illegal and set that to expire, right? But the judge came out and said, no, let's hold off until May 12th. But this whole thing was going to expire anyway on June 30. So here we have finally landlords who have their homes, who have missed rent payments. And by the way, last year, $35 billion, billion with a B, $billion went unpaid to landlords. So we have landlords out there missing $35 billion, right? And they're still having to make their mortgage payment, or in theory they should be, but that was $68 billion with a B in mortgage payments went unpaid last year. So here we have this whole, I want to say this pent up, this backlog going on where we have renters not paying their rent. And, you know, that's a very political thing there. If they're not working, they don't have money, what are they going to do? That's a whole nother story. But just look at the economics of it and the practical standpoint. We have renters who aren't paying their rent, landlords that can do nothing about it. This is going to expire soon, either on May the 12th or it was set to expire on June 30th. So if it doesn't get extended, if they declare this illegal, then we have all of these landlords who can now evict their tenants, which is going to create some sort of mess. I don't know. Are we going to have this huge problem with homelessness suddenly where families are thrown out of their house? Or are we going to see landlords suddenly start getting paid because people don't want to get evicted? So I do know that, you know, from talking to other landlords, they are saying that if they have a tenant right now who is not paying, they are going to take advantage of this lifting of the moratorium, and they are going to definitely evict their tenants who aren't paying and get somebody in that will pay. And by the way, rents are going up like crazy in this area, so that also gives the landlord the opportunity to raise the rent. Not that they couldn't do it anyway, but you know, in all fairness, you have somebody in a house and they're paying, let's say, $1,500 a month, and the prevailing rent is now $1,800. It's very difficult to go to that family and say, well, by the way, your rent just went up $300 a month. But it's not difficult to once they leave the house, we'll just say once they leave the house, to then post the house for rent at the new rent level, right? So landlords can take advantage of that. So we have that mess going on. Let's take a look at the chart this week and see what happened with real estate over the last week. So going down to the green line, we are still coming up, up, up. That is our active homes coming up. That is fantastic news, right? We need to see that inventory come up. Of course, as I keep saying, this blue line, pending sales, they're going to keep climbing because of, I'll use the word again, all this pent up demand for homes that buyers just aren't able to get into. And it's an interesting dynamic that's happening out in the market right now. There are still some numbers that are a little bit shocking, like the number of actual price reductions was something like in our area, like 500 price reductions over the past week. Really, a price reduction? You wouldn't think that, but that just means that agents and sellers are way overshooting what their home is worth, and nobody shows up. Because like I always say, most buyers are very intelligent people. Although I still have experiencing as a listing agent, buyers coming in with low offers. And they still have this mentality of, hey, you know what? Let's just throw out our low offer, and then the seller's going to counter back, and we're going to kind of meet in the middle somewhere. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. I had a listing about 2 weeks ago, multiple offers, picked the highest and best offer, and then I hear back from one of the buyers saying, hey, wait a minute. You know, if we would have known you wanted more, we would have offered you more. Well, really? Then why did you come in $50,000 under the list price? So they said, well, we would have paid more for asking. Well, guess what? You didn't get the house. So, you know, these are strategies in the market. It's why you need a real estate professional helping you who knows the market. if their agent would have went to them and said, look, this is not the market to play games. You need to come in with an appropriate offer to be in the running, or they're just going to throw you out, and that's exactly what happened to these poor buyers. So anyway, so that's where are we going with our gold line here? Well, look, we're up at $530,000 for the median priced home in our area. And again, a big area, San Joaquin County, Sacramento County, El Dorado, Placer County. So big area, but the yellow line here tells the story. We're coming way back in here, back in 2017 when we're under 400,000. We were under 400,000 all the way till about March of 2019. We crossed that line pretty much, dipped below it a few times, but hey, look, we just keep going up and up. We went right through the 500,000s in 1 year. It's $100,000 in equity in 1 year. That's a lot. I shouldn't say equity or price improvements or price going up. Of course, the red line, sales, it is going up, 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 and it's just going to continue to go up because the blue line goes up. So there we go. Rates, where are rates this week? Rates, I mean, get my other chart open here. Good news, rates went down again. So that is the third week in a row that we've seen rates come back down. I'm shocked and happy to see that. Still, a lot of people who didn't take advantage of rates, they went back above 3, and now they're back below 3. Freddie Mac is reporting that the average for last week, 2.96%. That's only down by 2 basis points. It was 2.98. Now it's 2.96. Last week, and for the longest time, it's been an average of 0.7 points up front. Now the points dropped a little bit, 0.6. Kind of tells me that, hey, maybe there's a little more competition for these loans out there. There's not as much business. Maybe some of these banks, brokers, me included, we're all in this. And when the competition becomes a little stiffer, then sometimes the loan officers who are charging more, not me, have to reduce their prices to be competitive. And compete with guys like me who already have fantastically low rates and don't try and gouge people. So I'll just be honest about that. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the rates and the market. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.